Good afternoon, friends. My name is Mykola Latansky. I am coming from Ukraine. I'm being born in Ukraine. I was raised in Ukraine. And the last time I'm rarely actually home in Ukraine because of the travel and the international business we are doing together with my wife, who is filming right now. And thank you very much, Janelle and Leslie, for inviting me to speak at the Global Speaker Network. And this is a huge privilege for me to speak to you. And Janelle and Leslie asked me to share how their Russian-speaking world works. And I will share today with you what the audience over there is and what they are looking for. I will also share with you how can you best position yourself to be hired over there, luckily, again and again. And I also tell you the pitfalls you can expect there. Because you can be hired one time, but it may be very easily the last time. I'm in the business for 5.5 years. Last year, we almost did $1 million. I already have the clientele coming from 55 countries on 4 continents because Russians are now everywhere. My message touched already thousands of people, and also not only through my live event or online event, but also through videos that are as a virus distributed through internet, and not only on my YouTube channel, but also on where the people repost my videos. People who come to me, they are first of all looking for life success principles which I'm teaching. And I'm teaching them because I'm a student of Jack Canfield, and a good friend with him. And actually he calls me his biggest success story in a training business. I want to tell you the big mistake that people make when they fly over there, or even just thinking about flying over there. The countries of the Soviet Union are not behind the Iron Curtain anymore. And actually for over 20 years now. And what you will find there, in most cases, will very, very, very much surprise you. And this surprised the British fans who just recently flew to Ukraine to see their football, Europe, how do you say it, European Cup. And what they did after they learned what Ukraine is, and after they compared what the media was saying back in the UK, and the media was saying that you may not come back from Ukraine, or if you can, you will come from coffin. So 5,000 British fans before one of the matches were in Donetsk, this is the eastern city of Ukraine. They were making a parade with a coffin, showing the whole world that Ukraine, and speak also Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, other country, is very, very, very different from what Western world can expect. People who live over there, they are very well educated. They are intelligent. They are open-minded. And to big surprise, they are also very spiritual. Because when you live for over 70 years behind the Iron Curtain, and then at one day it just opens, you have such a huge hunger for everything, for knowledge, for the spirituality, for personal development teaching. And people in countries of former Soviet Union, they are just hungry. And they hungry for everything. And this means, in my opinion, you can come over there with any topic, and it still will be in demand. By the way, who of you want to go to Russia? Okay, thank you. The market works now like this. As long as there are no speakers bureaus, there are also only spontaneous group of people who want sometime to bring speakers over there to speak. The easiest way to be asked to fly over there and speak is to be the best-seller author. My observation says that probably 95-98% of all the people who are flying over there to speak are the best-selling author, the recognized best-selling authors. And this was so far. You can also use friends, like me, to introduce you to the market. But the problem with the market is you have to follow the rules. I was recently starting to helping one guy who is best-selling author here in the United States. And I said, and he asked me, can you bring me over there? I said, let's look at the internet. And he has his books translated into Russian, several titles. His names was as often on the Russian Google as my name. And I said, you know what? I can bring you over there, but only one time. I just want to help you. I will be doing their 5 days event, the coaching school. And I put you on stage to speak for 4 hours. I can even pay you the tickets. I pay you economy class for you and your wife. Just because it's also a good PR for me, bringing an American established authors over there to my stage. And you really have to develop the quality. Because people, a big mistake in Russian-speaking countries is to try to sell. We are all coming from the Soviet Union. And in Soviet Union, any entrepreneurship were the enemy of the state. So in most of the people's mind, selling is equal to entrepreneurship, equal enemy. But what will help, and people will ask you what you can sell me, is to really, really serve. So, make the long story short, I was speaking with this colleague for several weeks, and I was saying, don't sell anything on stage. I will do it for you after you walk down from the stage and do a great job for my people. 300 people in the room, flying from 15 countries. They have money. They all have money, almost all. And just 3 days before the event, I have to cancel his trip. Because when I seen his slides, 50 slides on the PowerPoint presentation were selling slides. And this is way in nowhere, I think, in that market. People buy from me in huge amounts, but they buy only because they are really served by me. What we have noticed also, the person have to be an expert, and not only the expert, but also the expert in one thing. Being an expert in multiple things won't help to work on that market, because that market, even if it's in the development stage, is already very demanding. And people will not easily pay for everybody, for just everybody, or for just another training. And most importantly, we don't have credit cards. And if we pay from their pocket. We do have debit cards, but every ruble or hryvnia paid is paid own, not debited, credited, whatever. Borrowed, right. And this what concerns how to get over there, how to open the door. And the door will be opened. But the question is, will be the door kept open? Do you want to learn the second part? How to keep the door open and be invited again and again, because people will love you. Who wants to know? Okay, thank you. And this what Janelle was saying. This was actually my speech in South Africa. This was about their transparency and connecting with people. And this is what missing, not only in West Americans or Western European speakers and trainers. This part is also missing in the Russian, in local trainers and speakers. People are not able to connect. And people, when speakers come over there, they speak from the top. they speak from the peaks. And this is not only over there, this happens also here. When we are on stage, we want to be as cool as possible, as star as we can be. And this doesn't work to connecting people. What really works is to get down to the valley and share who you really are. Share your drawbacks. Share your mistakes. And help people connect. And this part is really missing. And you probably know what the biggest difficulty in our business is. At some point we may decide that we are gods because we are changing people's life. And if you get here, you will impress people. They will be impressed. But the question is, will they love you? Will they ask you to come back again? I'm the number one in the market. Because when I came to the market, when I started to work, the market was, at least for the training business, the market was already there for 15 years. And in a matter of 2 or 3 years, I became the most successful trainer. Was because I early enough learned, and this was thanks to my mentor, Jack Canfield, I learned the other part of the business, which is called humanity. Expertise and humanity is absolutely required if you want to be hired. Over there, not only actually over there, everywhere. If expertise and humanity is in balance. The law of transparency, this is one of the major law I'm teaching in all my seminars. And actually, there was a huge explosion in MLM companies because our most beloved clients are MLMs. They are most open to development, to change. We experience now a huge explosion in the MLM industry. People are growing their checks from 1,000 a month to 20, 30, and 40,000 a month in a matter of 1 or 2 years after attending one of my seminars. And they say this is thanks to this law of transparency. When you open up, when you become transparent, what happens? Your transparency it leads where? Becoming transparent, we become vulnerable. But becoming vulnerable creates what? Creates connections, creates intimacy. And intimacy leads to trust. And trust is what people are looking for when they're looking for friends, for business partners. And trust leads to more money. When people come to our seminars, to my trainings, they say, you know, Mykola, I was watching you on YouTube. I was watching your videos for 1 week, for the second week, for the third week. And at one point of time, I said to myself, I know this person, and I want to learn more from him. And this is how the law of transparency works. And this is what is, in my opinion, absolutely required if you want to come not only one time to the Russian-speaking countries, but also be invited again and again. Because you can't come over there once as an expert, but people will ask you to come back as a human.